Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside the mind of a Cancer? It's easy to see them as simply emotional or sentimental, but there's so much more beneath the surface. What most people don't realize is that Cancer individuals are like emotional detectives, constantly tuned into the world around them, absorbing every feeling, every nuance, every vibe. They may not always show it, but they're always feeling, always sensing. But here's the thing, they don't just let anyone into that world. Their deep intuition and emotional understanding are incredibly powerful, yet they keep their most vulnerable side locked away, only to be shared with a select few. Now you might think that being a Cancer is all about emotions and sensitivity, but there's a layer of complexity here that's often missed. What if I told you that Cancer individuals are not just emotional, but are fiercely protective of their inner world? That intuition, it's not just for comforting others, it's also a way to protect themselves. They have a radar for understanding what others need, but at the same time, they don't feel the need to openly express their own desires. This, my friend, is the paradox of the Cancer mind, deeply caring yet fiercely private. So what makes Cancer tick? What traits do they possess that you didn't know about? In the following journey, we'll dive deep into the core of what it means to be a Cancer, unveiling the traits and tendencies that go beyond the surface. Ready to uncover the secrets? Let's go beyond the moon and stars and into the heart of a Cancer. When it comes to conflict, those born under the Cancer zodiac sign may struggle with direct confrontation. Rather than confronting someone face to face, they tend to avoid open confrontation, opting for more indirect methods of communication. This could mean sending a message or finding subtle ways to express their feelings, all while hoping the situation will resolve itself without the need for a difficult discussion. Imagine this. You're in a disagreement with a Cancer, and instead of addressing the issue head-on, they might send a thoughtful, carefully worded text message. It's not that they're avoiding the problem, it's more about their desire to keep the peace while still expressing their emotions. This indirect communication style often comes from a deep-seated fear of being misunderstood or causing conflict. The emotional sensitivity we talked about in the previous section plays a significant role here. A Cancer's feelings can run so deep that they become apprehensive about directly voicing their concerns, fearing that their emotions might overwhelm the other person or cause irreparable damage to the relationship. However, while their intentions are pure, their communication style can sometimes create confusion. If you're involved with a Cancer, you might find yourself needing to read between the lines to truly understand how they feel. This doesn't mean they're hiding the truth. It simply reflects their reluctance to be overly confrontational. In some cases, this indirect communication can lead to unresolved tensions. When feelings aren't expressed clearly, misunderstandings can arise, and the issue may linger longer than necessary. Cancerians might retreat inwardly, feeling hurt or misunderstood, but not know how to voice it. It's important to be patient and give them the time they need to open up. Just like the tides of the ocean, they will come to the surface when they feel safe and secure. It's crucial to create an environment where they feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of judgment. This, in turn, can lead to a more open, honest exchange. However, it's essential to remember that a Cancer's reluctance to directly engage in conflict doesn't mean they're avoiding responsibility. On the contrary, they care deeply about maintaining harmony, which is why they may struggle to express themselves in a way that could cause discord. This is where the power of empathy comes in. Instead of pushing them into a confrontation they're not ready for, try gently encouraging them to open up. Ask questions with understanding and show them you're there to listen, not to judge. The key to navigating a Cancer's conflict style lies in patience, understanding, and providing a safe space for them to express themselves. A little empathy goes a long way. While it might take time, once a Cancer feels comfortable, they'll gradually open up, sharing their thoughts and feelings in their own unique way. So if you're trying to work through a disagreement with a Cancer, take it slow and allow the conversation to unfold naturally. It might not always be immediate, but with the right approach, you'll be able to break through the barriers and reach a deeper understanding. Cancerians have an almost magical ability to tune into the emotions of those around them. Their deep emotional sensitivity allows them to understand feelings that aren't always expressed out loud. This is where their empathetic nature comes into play. They can often sense when someone is hurting, even if that person hasn't said a word. It's as if they are attuned to the emotional frequencies of the people in their lives, much like how the moon's gravitational pull affects the oceans. They intuitively know when something's off and can be a source of comfort before anyone even asks for help. One of the most remarkable things about Cancer is their ability to listen without judgment. When a Cancer lends you an ear, it's not just about hearing the words you speak. It's about understanding the feelings behind them. Imagine a friend or family member who, when you're speaking, doesn't interrupt or rush to give advice but instead holds space for you to pour out your heart. That's the Cancer way. They don't just hear. They listen deeply, picking up on the subtle cues that others might miss. For Cancer, emotional connection is what matters most, and they thrive when they can help others navigate their emotional storms. This empathetic nature isn't just limited to people they're close to. Cancerians often extend their empathy to strangers, offering compassion to anyone in need. They are deeply moved by the suffering of others and feel compelled to help in any way they can. This is why you might find them working in caring professions like nursing, teaching, or social work, fields that require an innate understanding of human emotion. However, this deep sense of empathy can sometimes be a double-edged sword. When they absorb too much of others' emotions, they can end up feeling emotionally drained themselves. It's important for a Cancer to practice emotional boundaries, ensuring they don't take on the weight of the world at the expense of their own well-being. Being emotionally understanding also means that Cancerians are incredibly sensitive to the moods of those around them. If someone is upset, a Cancer can almost immediately feel the shift in the atmosphere, and they will often respond with care and concern. They are the ones who will ask, "Are you okay?" when everyone else is too busy to notice. But there's more to it than just recognizing emotional shifts. They also know how to respond. Cancerians will often go out of their way to make sure others feel supported, even if it means putting their own needs on the back burner for a while. Their nurturing tendencies make them natural caregivers, and they excel at providing the emotional nourishment others need to heal. However, with all this emotional depth, it's important for Cancerians to also learn the art of self-care. While they're excellent at helping others, they sometimes forget to replenish their own emotional reserves. Just like the sun needs the moon's reflection to shine brighter, Cancer needs to find ways to recharge their emotional batteries. Whether through quiet reflection, connecting with loved ones, or spending time alone, it's essential for them to nurture themselves as much as they nurture others. It's a delicate balance, but when they find it, Cancerians become even more powerful in their ability to care for those they love. For Cancerians, family is everything. Their deep-rooted connections to their family members often define who they are and shape their actions. Whether it's their children, siblings, or parents, Cancerians' relationships with their family members are central to their identity. Imagine the nurturing care of a mother hen, constantly tending to her chicks. This is the level of devotion Cancer feels toward their family. They will go to great lengths to ensure the happiness and well-being of those they love, often putting the needs of their family above their own. This focus on family isn't limited to their immediate circle. Cancerians have an innate ability to expand their idea of family to include close friends, treating them as though they were blood relatives. If you're lucky enough to be in their inner circle, you'll likely experience a loyalty and protection that feels unbreakable. They are the ones who will show up at your door with soup when you're sick, or give you a shoulder to cry on when life feels overwhelming. For Cancer, anyone they care about is part of their family, and they take this responsibility seriously. It's the kind of love that doesn't know boundaries. Their emotional bonds with their family members are also deeply intuitive. Cancerians don't need to be told when something is wrong. They can feel it. They're the ones who notice when a sibling or parent is upset, even if the person hasn't shared their feelings. This sensitivity allows them to offer comfort or support without being asked. Cancerians tend to be very protective of their loved ones, sometimes to the point of being overbearing. It's not out of a desire to control but from a place of deep concern for their family's happiness and safety. They are always looking out for the ones they love, making sure everyone is well taken care of. However, this strong attachment to family can also create tension, especially if there are unresolved issues or conflicts within the family unit. While Cancerians can be incredibly forgiving, the emotional wounds that come from family disputes can be challenging for them to heal. They carry the weight of these issues in their hearts, sometimes without letting anyone know. Family conflicts may leave them feeling emotionally vulnerable and unsettled, which is why they often retreat inward to process their feelings. Their ability to forgive and rebuild relationships is one of their greatest strengths, but it's important for Cancer to understand that they don't always need to fix everything for everyone. In the end, the Cancer's connection to family is a source of strength, but also vulnerability. Their desire to care and protect can leave them open to disappointment when things don't go as planned. Yet, despite any challenges, Cancerians remain loyal and committed to their loved ones, never backing down from the responsibility of nurturing those they hold dear. This unwavering devotion is what makes Cancer one of the most family-oriented signs of the zodiac. Their home is where their heart is, and they'll do whatever it takes to make sure it stays full of love and support. Cancerians possess an incredible ability to blend into any social environment, adjusting their energy and mood based on the atmosphere around them. Whether it's a lively party or a somber gathering, they can effortlessly match the tone of the room, making everyone feel comfortable. It's almost as if they can read the energy of a space, adapting without even trying. If the conversation turns lighthearted and fun, Cancer will join in with humor and warmth. On the other hand, if things take a more serious turn, they'll quickly shift into a compassionate and empathetic listener, ready to offer a safe space for others to express themselves. This adaptability also allows Cancer individuals to connect with a wide range of people. They're not limited by social circles or norms. Instead, they meet people where they are, finding common ground with ease. Imagine being at a gathering with a mix of personalities. Some are introverted while others are extroverted. Cancerians navigate this effortlessly, connecting with each person in a way that makes them feel seen and valued. It's not just about fitting in. It's about making those around them feel heard and understood. This social chameleon-like quality is what makes them such magnetic personalities in diverse settings. However, while Cancer is adept at adjusting their approach based on the mood of the room, they can sometimes lose sight of their own needs in the process. Because they are so focused on ensuring everyone around them feels comfortable, Cancerians may forget to check in with themselves. It's important for them to remember that adaptability shouldn't come at the cost of their own emotional well-being. If they're constantly giving of themselves without replenishing their energy, they may eventually feel drained or disconnected. Cancerians must learn to recognize when they need to step back and recharge in order to continue being their best selves for others. There's also a level of emotional intelligence that comes with this adaptability. Cancerians are masters at picking up on the subtle cues of others, body language, tone of voice, or even the unspoken tension in the room. This ability to read the room allows them to respond with the perfect balance of empathy and understanding. Whether it's a friend in need of advice or a colleague in need of support, Cancer can intuitively provide what's needed without saying much at all. Their presence alone can bring a sense of calm and reassurance, which is one of the reasons they are so beloved in social settings. At the same time, this adaptability also means that Cancer can struggle with consistency in their social life. Their moods can fluctuate based on the environment, and they may find it difficult to maintain a stable sense of self amidst the shifting dynamics of different social situations. It's not that they're being inauthentic. It's just that their emotional sensitivity and desire to fit in can lead them to morph into different versions of themselves depending on the company they keep. Cancerians must learn to strike a balance between staying true to who they are while still being open and adaptable to the needs of others. Cancer individuals are known for their unique combination of being both meticulous planners and spontaneous improvisers. On one hand, they are incredibly organized and often have a detailed plan for their day-to-day activities. Whether it's arranging family gatherings or preparing for future projects, Cancerians love to create structure and order. The thought of chaos is unsettling to them, so they take great pride in organizing their lives and making sure everything falls into place. However, this structured approach doesn't mean they're rigid. Rather, they leave room for life's unpredictability. On the flip side, Cancer natives also possess an innate ability to improvise when the situation calls for it. They understand that life rarely goes according to plan, and they've learned to adapt quickly when things take an unexpected turn. If something doesn't go as anticipated, Cancerians are able to shift gears effortlessly and come up with a new course of action on the spot. For example, if a family dinner is thrown off by a last-minute change in guest attendance, a Cancer will quickly come up with an alternative plan, ensuring that the event still goes smoothly. This flexibility is one of their strongest traits. This combination of planning and improvisation can be a double-edged sword at times. While Cancer can handle surprise changes with ease, they may also feel overwhelmed by the unpredictability of life. Their desire to create stability means they can become anxious if things feel too unplanned or chaotic. It's not uncommon for Cancerians to have moments of doubt when their plans are derailed, but their resilience and ability to adapt always help them bounce back. The key for them is learning to embrace uncertainty without allowing it to trigger unnecessary stress. Cancer's adaptability in the face of unexpected events often leads to them being the go-to person in times of crisis. When someone else's carefully laid plans crumble, Cancerians swoop in with their ability to improvise and find a solution. Whether it's stepping in to help a friend or family member handle a sudden emergency, Cancer feels a strong sense of responsibility to support others in these moments. Their capacity to remain calm and think on their feet is a source of comfort to those around them, making them reliable in challenging circumstances. However, this balance of planning and improvising requires a certain level of self-awareness. Cancerians must be mindful of when they're becoming too fixated on having everything planned out, which can lead to frustration when things don't go according to script. Similarly, they need to recognize when they're relying too much on their improvisational skills and neglecting the importance of structure in their lives. Finding harmony between these two aspects of their personality allows them to navigate life with confidence, knowing they can handle whatever comes their way, whether planned or unplanned. Cancer individuals are often known for their aversion to conflict. While they may be deeply passionate about their beliefs and feelings, they tend to avoid direct confrontations, especially when it comes to personal relationships. Cancerians value peace and harmony, and the thought of disrupting the emotional balance in their lives with an argument is something they shy away from. They'd rather keep things calm and avoid confrontation, often retreating into their shell to process their emotions quietly, rather than engaging in heated exchanges. This desire to avoid conflict doesn't mean that Cancer individuals are passive or afraid to speak their truth. Instead, they choose to communicate in more indirect ways. Whether it's through subtle hints, emotional cues, or even through gestures like sending a thoughtful message, Cancer can express their feelings without directly confronting the other person. They might avoid face-to-face arguments, preferring to express their frustrations in a more manageable, less aggressive manner. In this way, they can release their feelings without stirring up unnecessary drama. Despite their avoidance of conflict, Cancer natives are surprisingly quick to forgive. Their deep emotional intelligence and nurturing nature mean they are often more inclined to let go of past grievances and focus on healing rather than holding on to grudges. This ability to forgive even in the face of hurt is a testament to their loving and empathetic nature. For instance, if a friend or family member unintentionally hurts their feelings, Cancerians will often reflect on the situation, process their emotions privately, and move forward with the relationship rather than dwelling on the issue. However, just because Cancer forgives easily doesn't mean they forget. They may move past the issue, but they'll carry the emotional lessons learned with them. This is where their conflict aversion works hand in hand with their emotional sensitivity. Even though they forgive quickly, they may still be cautious moving forward, carefully considering how to approach the relationship to avoid repeating past mistakes. This combination of forgiveness and careful reflection helps them protect their emotional well-being while still keeping the door open for reconciliation. This innate ability to forgive quickly and heal relationships can sometimes be misunderstood by others as weakness or a lack of resolve. In reality, it's a testament to Cancer's emotional strength and maturity. Their capacity to forgive is a choice, one driven by their desire for peace and a deeper understanding of the impermanence of negative emotions. For Cancerians, forgiveness is not just an act of letting go. It's an important step toward creating stronger, more compassionate connections. Still, this trait can sometimes make them vulnerable to being taken advantage of, so it's crucial for Cancer to set boundaries and ensure that their kindness is reciprocated. Cancer individuals are renowned for their strong intuition, often able to sense the emotions and motivations of others without a word being spoken. This intuitive ability allows them to deeply connect with the feelings of those around them, often understanding what someone is going through even before they express it. It's like a sixth sense that allows them to navigate complex emotional landscapes with ease. For example, they might pick up on the subtle shifts in a friend's mood and instinctively know how to comfort them, even if the person hasn't verbalized what's wrong. This deep emotional insight is a gift that allows them to create meaningful, compassionate connections with others. However, despite their exceptional emotional awareness, Cancerians are incredibly private when it comes to their own feelings. They are not ones to wear their hearts on their sleeves, preferring to keep their innermost thoughts and vulnerabilities guarded. This privacy isn't born from a lack of trust. Rather, it's a protective mechanism. Cancerians are very selective about who they let into their emotional world, revealing their deeper emotions only to those they trust implicitly. This makes their inner circle incredibly special, as they reserve their most authentic selves for only a few, and those they trust are often treated with an unmatched level of care and devotion. Their intuitive nature often gives them a deep sense of understanding about what others need, but they don't necessarily feel the need to share their own needs in return. This can sometimes create a feeling of emotional distance for those who are close to them. While they are excellent at picking up on the moods and desires of others, they may struggle to express their own emotional needs openly. For instance, they may avoid asking for help even when they're struggling, preferring to handle things on their own. This self-reliance can sometimes make it difficult for others to offer support, as they're left guessing what the Cancerian truly needs. Because of this blend of intuition and privacy, Cancer individuals can often appear enigmatic. They might seem like they have it all figured out, always offering advice or comfort to others, but rarely asking for the same in return. This creates a fascinating dynamic where Cancer is both a giver and a protector of their own emotions. While they intuitively understand others, they keep their own vulnerabilities tightly sealed, only allowing those they trust completely to see the depths of their emotional world. This duality is one of the many complexities that make Cancer individuals so intriguing and multifaceted. It's important for those close to a Cancer to understand this balance between intuition and privacy. While Cancer's ability to intuitively connect with others is one of their greatest strengths, they also need space and trust to open up. By honoring their need for privacy and providing them with a safe, non-judgmental environment, people can help Cancer feel comfortable enough to share their innermost thoughts. The key to deepening any relationship with a Cancer is creating a safe space where they don't feel pressured to reveal themselves, but are encouraged to do so when they feel ready. Now that you've uncovered the deep secrets of a Cancer's mind, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? How can you use it to connect more deeply with the Cancers in your life? Or perhaps, if you are a Cancer yourself, how can you use this self-awareness to improve your interactions and relationships? Remember, knowing how others think and feel is a superpower. And with this superpower, you can transform your relationships, whether with family, friends, or partners. So, how will you start applying what you've learned here? Pay closer attention to how Cancers communicate, how they show care, and how they handle their emotions. Are you noticing those signs of empathy and intuition around you? Or maybe you're a Cancer trying to better understand your own behavior. What will you do with this new insight about yourself? And if you found this journey interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There's so much more to explore about astrology, the zodiac, and the planets. Stay tuned so you won't miss any details, and keep deepening your understanding of the cosmos and the people around you.